This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. Well, Marquise starts up with his father talking about the $6,700 a month was not enough for him and his mother on child support when they lived in Georgia. Okay, in Georgia, especially when she left, it was very cheap to live in Georgia. Okay, he's 25, left when he was 11, 10, 14 years ago. So it was like 2006, 7 when they left, and Georgia was pretty cheap back then. I think he even bought him a house, right? Because he bought him a house, and then he collected insurance on the house after they destroyed the house, or the house was destroyed. So he owned it. So he says everyone was criticizing him for saying $6,700 wasn't enough. So he says, since y'all think $6,700 is so much money, tell my pops I will pay him $6,700 just for 24 hours of his time so we can bond. Here's the thing. The mom seems to be the problem here because she made the mistake of calling in to 94.5 in Atlanta, talking to Shorty. I don't know if this was recently or before, but this is going viral now because of that. And Shorty has his own problems with his children. He has a baby mother that doesn't allow him to see his children, and he kind of understands. He's fighting to see his kids, and you can hear the pain in his voice when he's talking about it on the radio. And I feel bad for him because, sometimes your relationship with a woman could go left, but it shouldn't go left for the child, right? So she's on there talking about, I left him because he wasn't, treating me right. So I left him. And at this time, 50 Cent was paying them $25,000 a month. $25,000 a month for her and his child. And he was seeing the child and everything. And she kept arguing. So he's arguing with him and saying he's not doing enough and this and that because he's a millionaire and she thinks she should be living a different lifestyle, right? She should reap the benefits. So he put himself on child support. He said, okay, let's put me on child support. Let's go to the court and let's, because she thought she deserved more. What 50 Cent knew and his lawyers knew is that it's capped at a certain amount. So it's even though he makes millions a year, it's capped at 150, and you get 17% of 150. Okay, which would still be more than that, but I think they do like post-tax and expenses and everything else, right? Somehow it ended up being, I'm sorry. The reason why it was $6,700 is because when they were going to court, she had moved to Georgia when she shouldn't have moved to Georgia, because in the custody agreement, she was supposed to notify the judge before she left state. So it was hard to see his son if the son doesn't live near the father. Like when you relocate across the country or down south, it's a little harder to see. What is he going to do? Jump on a plane because he's home for 2 days? He's an entertainer, right? So he put himself on child support, and the judge agreed on a lifestyle and taking care of the child. $6,700 was adequate for Georgia, especially because 50 Cent had bought them the house they lived in, right? So they didn't really need to pay a mortgage and all that other stuff. They just needed to pay for food, schooling, all that other stuff. She paints the whole thing as 50 Cent was this bad guy. But really, she said, he didn't see his child for a year and this and that. But how do we know she wasn't making it difficult for him to see her? Maybe see him. She already broke the custody agreement moving to Georgia during the custody battle. And what makes you think that she upheld everything else? Where he was able to see his son every other weekend and everything. I think she's just very mad that it didn't work out with him. And she didn't get to live that millionaire lifestyle she was hoping for. And Marquise eventually, suffered from that because he didn't get that relationship with his father. He didn't get to reap the benefits of his father being an entrepreneur. 50 Cent tried to even give Marquise, as he tells in his book that he dropped 2 years ago, he tried to set up a sneaker store for him, but Marquise didn't really take care of the sneaker store, and it went to nothing, but he bought a sneaker store for him, and still nothing. He tried to give him something after college or after he graduated of something that he could like make money with. He tried to help his son, but his son just pushes him away at every time. He said, I even tried to like see him a few times, and he just pushes me away. How can you have a relationship with somebody like that? He's entitled, spoiled, and the mom kind of, that's the only thing I could say. The mom kind of like ruined it for him. So I don't know, man. It's a sad situation, and the kid's the loser of the situation. Hopefully everything works out for 50's other kids, but I think they both have their faults in this, and it's sad. It's Jordan Tower, JT News. Peace.